What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com. Here are my DFS picks for MLB Tuesday, June 20th. These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our new videos. In this video, I'm going to go over my top picks for today's MLB slate. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made. Okay guys, we have an 11-game MLB slate tonight. So let's take a look at the pitcher position. So I'm going to be honest with you guys, I really like this slate. And it's because I think we can save some salary at the pitcher position here. And there's a couple of batters that I want to get into this lineup. So I like Dylan Cease. He's got a decent pitching advantage here over the Texas Rangers. Dylan Cease only giving up a .642 OPS versus righties and a .585 OPS versus switch hitters. And he's facing 4 righties and 3 switch hitters. And on top of that, the Rangers have only hit 5 of his last 40 pitches. That's a 125 batting average. So Dylan Cease is only $8,600 FanDuel salary. He is $900 less on DraftKings, so I like that price on both sites. And he's averaging 29 fantasy points per game on the season, but he's been on fire, scoring 40, 40, and 31 fantasy points in the last 3 games. He has an ERA of 4.31. Record is 3-3, pitching an average of 98 pitches per game. So I like Dylan Cease here versus the Texas Rangers. Okay, let's take a look at the catcher first base position. So here's a value play. I like Riley Adams. He has an 81% batting advantage over Jordan Montgomery. Riley Adams batting 63% better versus lefty pitchers, batting a 1.239 OPS versus lefties. And Jordan Montgomery giving up a .729 OPS versus righties. Now, Riley Adams is 0 for 4 here versus Montgomery, but he's only $2,600 FanDuel salary, $600 more on DraftKings, and he's averaging 9 fantasy points per game on the season with a batting average of .271. So I like Riley Adams here versus Jordan Montgomery. Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching. If you want to enter the drawing for $25 PayPal, all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won. And then we'll send you $25 PayPal. So it's that easy, and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video. So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you. Okay, let's take a look at the second base position. So I want to pay up at this position. I like Jose Altuve. It's an interesting play here versus Justin Verlander, but take a look at this. Jose Altuve batting 60% better versus righty pitchers, batting a .956 OPS versus righties. Justin Verlander throwing his worst ball versus righty batters, giving up a .764 OPS versus righties. And I like this pick because Jose Altuve is 9 for 16. It's a .562 batting average and a 1.257 OPS versus Verlander. So fantastic batter versus pitcher matchup here. Now Jose Altuve is $4,000 FanDuel salary, $700 more on DraftKings, averaging 12 fantasy points per game on the season, has a batting average of .262, had a big game with 40 fantasy points, then he cooled off, hasn't scored since in the past couple of games. So I do think he's due for a big score here, or a big game. I think he will go under the radar because people look at his price tag, they'll look up that he's going against Verlander, And they might not know that he's got a really good record versus Verlander. So I like Jose Altuve here versus Justin Verlander. Okay, let's take a look at the third base position. Now, even more so than Jose Altuve, I like Elly De La Cruz. He has a 126% batting advantage over a low-salary pitcher, Noah Davis. Elly De La Cruz, he's batting 83% better versus righty pitchers, batting a .954 OPS versus righties. Noah Davis, he's pitching his worst ball versus switch hitters, giving up a 1.4 OPS versus switch hitters. So there's no at-bats versus Davis yet. The Elly De La Cruz is $3,900 FanDuel salary, $1,400 more on DraftKings, averaging 14 fantasy points per game on the season. He has a batting average of .271. So I like Elly De La Cruz here versus Noah Davis.
Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all of our DFS tools for all sports. You can try the Position Optimizer, where you can see the top players ranked for each position. And we added a new Player Trends tool, where you can see the top salary differences between FanDuel and DraftKings. It's a really good tool to help you pick out value for the site that you're playing on. Oh, and if you're tired of doing research every day, we just added a cheat sheet that shows hand-picked plays for the slate. No confusing stat lines, no headaches, just a simple cheat sheet that shows the absolute best players for your lineups.
Okay, let's take a look at the shortstop position. I like Francisco Lindor. I think he's underpriced here a little bit. He's got a 50% batting advantage over Framber Valdez. So Francisco Lindor, batting 31% better versus lefty pitchers, batting a .893 OPS versus lefties, and Framber Valdez pitching his worst ball versus switch hitters, 19% worse than his other pitches, giving up a .817 OPS versus switch hitters. So the splits are good here. Now, Francisco Lindor is 0 for 3 versus Valdez, but he is only $3,100 FanDuel salary, $1,700 more on DraftKings, averaging 11 fantasy points per game on the season. And take a look at his last 3 games. Scored 42, 31, and 4 fantasy points. Now, he's got a batting average of .216, but he has scored fantasy points in all 5 of his last games. So it looks like he's turning things around. I think it's a good opportunity to buy low. So I like Francisco Lindor here versus Framber Valdez. Okay, moving on to the outfield position. So here's another decent play here, mid-range play. I like TJ Friedl. TJ Friedl. I like that name. I like TJ Friedl. He's got a 55% batting advantage over Noah Davis. TJ Friedl, batting 4% better versus righty pitchers, batting a .823 OPS versus righties. Noah Davis, he's giving up a 1.071 OPS versus lefties. There's no at-bats versus Davis yet. TJ Friedl, he's $2,900 FanDuel salary, $1,300 more on DraftKings, averaging 10 fantasy points per game on the season. He has a batting average of .308, scored fantasy points in 4 out of his last 5 games. So I like TJ Friedl here versus Noah Davis.
If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smiggity smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this MLB slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again and good luck.